What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. As I always say, this is a non-spoiler review for Spider-Man, brand new day. This is the latest in the MCU, the latest in the Tom Holland franchise. Destined, Daniel Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi, also did Wonder Man, directs this one, taking over from John Watts. And Tom Holland, Zendaya, they're back with the addition of John Bernthal as the Punisher, as well as Mark Ruffalo showing in for the Hulk, obviously, and Sadie Sink. Who she play? You got to see the movie. So it's a non-spoiler.
I'm not telling you.
No, she's not going to tell you. This is my friend Sam, and she's going to be doing the review with me because you know what I realized was when I was I normally go and I do the out of the theaters by myself, and I come in and do the non-spoiler review, and I had that mindset when I was doing this. I was like, well, wait a minute. Sam saw it with me. Why doesn't she review it as well? Because Sam, her first MCU movie was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And she watched the whole entire thing, which you can find on this channel. And then I found out she hadn't watched any of the Spider-Man movies. She said she watched the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 one. We turned out that was probably BS because she didn't remember a damn thing about it.
I don't even remember what happened
Nothing.
yesterday.
Nothing.
No, I remember what happened yesterday, though.
Well, yesterday. So we saw this because she loved the Tom Holland movies. And I said, look, you got to go see it. We're going to take it. We took her to see it last night.
What an experience, guys.
Well, let's talk about that. So overall, what did you think about the movie and why did you enjoy it as much as you did?
I loved how, you don't know when you go into these things how they're going to spin the story and if they're going to just jump right from where, and they did. They kind of like showed him, I don't want to say too much, but like they dove into his character, what he'd been through and started from there. And it was kind of like it picked up right where it left off.
Yeah, which is great. And if you, obviously, you should see No Way Home. If you haven't seen that, it really, as Sam just said, it's a continuation into that where we're going to see a more mature Spider-Man. And that's what I liked about this, where we got the high school Spider-Man for 3 movies. So he had to mature with the choice he made in No Way Home. And then that carries over here. And we get to see that not only the character development of him finding out things about himself and dealing with the choices that he made, but also being that Spider-Man that we just, he's running around and he's solving crimes, and it reminded me of being like a kid again.
Yeah, and you got a little taste of like the old Spider-Man, fighting crime with like the new, more mature version of it. Yeah. And what I like too, and I failed to mention it yesterday when we were recording, was one of the biggest things that when I was watching it, the how do you say, the graphic of when he's actually doing like the fighting and whatever, it was so real. I felt like, when you go to like Universal Studios and you're on those rides, I felt like I was actually like
in it.
Flying
it's immersive.
with him.
It's super immersive.
I felt like it was so well done, and the music was crazy.
I'm really glad that you brought that up because I think that's one of the things that Destin Daniel Cretton brings to this is, as Sam just mentioned, the action in this movie is phenomenal, right? It really is solid, and there are certain ways that he takes things from past movies, whether it's the Andrew Garfield movies, the Tobey movies, things on his own, and you're in there whether it's you're in his mask while he's going through these things, the emotions, the breathing, and as Sam said, where we saw it in the Dolby. So there's a scene where there's like stomping going on, and it felt like the entire theater
felt like it was shaking.
Yeah, it did.
It did. Right, I was like,
it did.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Like it felt like it was shaking. It was such. And it was the theater too. Like
totally, it was a Dolby, yeah.
And also, you have to remember, I haven't seen a movie like any Marvel movie or any MCU in the theater. Yeah. And I've been waiting for an experience, and I am so glad that this was the movie that I got to experience in the theater.
Me too. And so what I also like what they did was that the one criticism that I definitely could understand and I've seen is that there's a lot going on in this movie. Right? Like, so some people could say maybe it's a little overstuffed. I thought they balanced it in a really good way.
People said that?
And I could see the criticism where maybe if you're just kind of coming into it for the first time, you know all these characters, you know everything that's going on. There were a couple times from certain things you haven't seen that you're like, wait a minute, who's that? And she had never seen any of the Punisher stuff, right? But that's kind of one of the questions I wanted to have for you, because for me, I've seen a lot of the Punisher. I haven't seen the series, but I've seen the stuff in Daredevil. I've seen the special that they just did. You haven't, but you know John Bernthal.
So, like, what did I say to you last night?
You love the Punisher.
I fucking love him.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I turned to him and I was like, I gotta watch the Punisher,
Yeah.
and he was like, okay.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
His character,
Yeah.
and first of all, I don't know, he's just so like, I don't know if he's so street or he's just so like cutthroat.
Emotion.
And I just like when he talks and the things he says, I'm just like, that's my guy.
Right. You and him watching Obsession together would have been interesting. But, so overall, they really do blend in. What I thought they did was, as we mentioned, they have the mature, growing character development of Peter and Spider-Man together, but they also give you an opportunity to build off of where the MCU and where Marvel is going by incorporating a few different storylines in there. I happen to really like that. It seems like Sam did as well, because we need to kind of know what's happening, not only in this movie, but maybe moving on into the future. And I thought that they did that pretty well. There's only one post-credit scene at the end. It's fine. So don't hold your breath. There were people who were definitely like, oh, really? That's what we stayed for? But right, but the music itself, the action was phenomenal. As far as what I can say about Sadie Sink is her performance, we won't necessarily say what it is. She does the role that is asked of her, and she definitely
did a good job.
She did a great job.
I mean, like really good.
Right. So you're just kind of, she gets you locked into who she is, and what the way that they build up to what she's doing in general works. So I'll stay away from that for the most part, because we'll talk about it in the spoiler. But the other side that works, I thought, really well was the emotion.
Oh, I was going to say that too, yeah.
So, and I'll let you kind of talk about that, but I would say right now, people are going to ask, what'd you like better? Did you like No Way Home or this? For me, No Way Home is still, it's a really kind of special movie that has a lot of emotional moments that played with a few more stakes. This movie definitely has its emotional moments, though, and I saw it last night. Could my opinion change for the better or the worse? We'll see. But you mentioned the emotion. You teared up a couple times.
I cried at some parts, and the emotion, they get you. And also remember, you're building up from No Way Home, and and it's kind of like you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
You're waiting to see what they're gonna do, and the way that when you finally see whatever, like, you feel it. I felt it, but again, I'm very emotional, and and the thing about this is that I love characters and their stories individually.
Yeah.
And I got to see each one.
The way that they pieced it together.
Yeah, and then they pieced it together, and it's like, oh, what a way to do it. Like,
yeah, it was. It's a longer movie. It's like 220 or so.
Didn't feel like it.
No, and it just, you're just really kind of locked into it. And one of the things that I will say is I liked the way that they used humor in this, because they were able to. It wasn't just like abusive humor. It was in the fact that it's like meaning where everybody has a joke, and no matter what, that person has a joke, that has some person has a joke. Even the Punisher is funny in this, but he's not trying to like, hey, look at me. He's like, it's his personality that's doing it, and I thought that was relevant for all of the characters. I will also say that the performance of, I think, Zendaya was amazing in this one too, where she's always good, but I think she kind of steps out even more as MJ. Same thing with Ned. And again, having time. This is, to me, I will say, as much as I love No Way Home, I think this is the strongest that Tom Holland has been in a Spider-Man.
Oh, you know what? That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very, very true. Because he plays Spider-Man well. He plays like even
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Fuck, I
That's
can't
all right.
remember.
It's all right.
He plays Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like every time you see him in a scene, he plays it to the utmost. Like I was not bored, not one time during this movie.
So, and there's a lot.
I can't believe I forgot his name was Peter Parker.
It happens to me all the time. So it is absolutely, like, there's a lot of emotional things. As I said, some of the criticisms that you probably will hear, and I can understand, didn't seem like we had that as much to when it comes to maybe the length of the movie, a little overstuffed. But and maybe people feel like there is a portion of the movie that, because I do feel like Peter Parker, Tom Holland, Spider-Man are carrying it, and rightfully so, on the shoulder. But there's a portion of the movie where it's not even necessarily about him, and it's goes into a totally different direction. Maybe you won't like that in your Spider-Man movie. I dug it.
I thought it was good.
I'm going to go pretty big. I'm going to go 4.7 out of 5 for this one. She didn't know a score was coming, so I put her on the spot right now.
Wow.
So I'm going to go pretty big, though. I'm going to go 4.7. You're going to start out with a perfect?
No.
You can start out with a perfect if you want.
I was going to say like a 4.9, man.
Okay, it's close to it.
4.8 4.9.
We'll go 4.9. 4.9 out of 5.
It was so good. And you know what? Again, like I'm so glad that I went to go see this in the theater.
It's a good experience, too. But now you got to watch Doomsday on this TV.
We'll talk about that.
So, anyway,
we got time.
Make sure you comment, click like. You're going to go see it. You're going to see it opening weekend. And then after you do, because the other thing I'll say before we go is that if you're expecting the same kind of Spider-Man movie that you got in the first 3, I wouldn't, because it is different in a lot of different ways, right? There's the action's phenomenal. And I think like normally you get that kind of big Marvel, again, without spoiling anything, like just it's the formulaic in a certain aspect. Maybe I don't know if that's even the right word, but you get it. This is a different Spider-Man movie. It's different. It feels different. And if you're expecting the same kind of beats, if you're expecting and wanting those, you might be disappointed. And I like the fact that we didn't get the same beats and it was a little different. I like that it was a more mature Spider-Man movie.
He has to grow up.
He has to grow up. And I think we grew up with him. So Thanks for being here. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe. If you're brand new to the channel, go check out Sam on Instagram. She's at Sam Reacts NY.
I have to post more.
Well, yeah, you absolutely do, especially with all the stuff. She's watching Star Wars for the first time, has never seen it. We're having a debate right now of
he's holding on
I'm
to
not holding
shit,
anything.
and I don't like it.
We're not holding on to nothing. We're just trying to get some more stuff on the channel. We got a bunch of things on here. Her favorite movie of the year, Masters of the Universe, that is now on the channel too, so you can check that out. So we got a lot of different things here. Make sure you are part of the channel, be part of the community. Help us get to 300,000 subscribers. We'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.
Bye.